Hello and welcome. My name is James Abiono in the program Executive Intelligence. Hello and welcome. My name is James Abiono on your program Executive Intelligence. And this is a very special edition for those of us abroad. I've seen 3 Nigerians abroad, and the first category, those who have traveled and getting abroad, you have succeeded abroad. You've been there 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and it looks like this is the place. And you've gotten a lot of awards. You've been promoted through the ranks. You are heading your organization. Some of you are even about to retire. And then abroad looks like the place that is the place. But one day you woke up and you heard within your heart the mother country calling you back home, which resonates. There's no place like home. And then you heard, oh, they just kidnapped some people. Yet the volume increased. There's no place like home. And then you heard again, epileptic power supply. Yet it's increasing. There's no place like home. You began to hear, oh man, government will not encourage you, it will not give you an enabling environment, yet the volume increased. There's no place like home. The second category are those who have traveled. They went through any means because of the harsh reality of the economy of the country. And getting abroad, they see the place as home, and there is no nudge in their heart that there is no place like home. They've forgotten home. Even if they come back home for any family reason, maybe burial or whatever, they tiptoe and they can't wait to go back because they can't stand all the hurts. There is another category, which is the third category, those who traveled. Through any means you traveled, but getting abroad, you discover that a lizard in Nigeria did not become an alligator in the UK. The UK became too harsh for you, but unfortunately you can't return back home because you sold all your properties. When you are even back here in Nigeria, you are doing better, but you sold all your properties, people are bid you goodbye, and year after year you understand that you are not in the place you are supposed to be. You're like a round peg on a square hole. Well, if you're in that category, and the first category, which is those who have traveled and there is a nudge in your heart, then I want to welcome you to Homecoming Conference 2024. We'll be sharing details later with you. But let me quickly tell you something about Nigeria. Foreigners coming here, if you get to the departure now, you see a lot of Nigerians, they are traveling abroad. And if you look, most of us are not coming back. But you go to the arrival also, you see a lot of foreigners coming in and most of them are not going back. Now, what's the difference? Why is it that we don't see some things which foreigners see? In 744 local governments of this country, there is hardly a local government that foreigners are not exploring. From the fruit of Benue to the platinum of Akwa Ibom, to up to Adire and Kampala of Abeokuta, to the gold of Zamfara. Everywhere in this country, be it a tropical country, we have a lot of mineral resources. A lot of the steel in Kogi, in Ajaokuta, the steel in Oshogbo, and lots more like that. Foreigners come in and explore all this. But I want to let you know there is no one who can know your terrain more than you. Let me give you a very good example. The industry of music. I mean, look at a Burna Boy who took a Grammy Award. Davido is not a senator. Wizkid is not a governor. Neither is Burna Boy the president of the country. But these young men took their destinies into their hands, both home and abroad. Look at Ashake, shut down O2 Arena. This man took responsibility without the support of the government, despite the adversity of dollars. And then they were repatriating dollars back home. And they have made the Nigerian music to overshadow American music. What about Nollywood? Do you know how much the Netflix pay our boys for their Nollywood acting? Now, in these two industries, without senators, without legislative or executives, individuals taking responsibility, because responsibility is the definition of adulthood. So I want to challenge every other person, because the country called Nigeria is your home. It's your motherland. It's not a place that you should despise. So the Homecoming Conference is going to showcase to us all that we have in the country and how you can navigate in the terrain. There's something about excellence. Excellence, they say, is the minimum requirement in the school of success. You know, once you are good at your job, what happens is that you break barriers. On this very edition of Executive Intelligence, I want to tell you categorically that it's time to come back home, and Nigeria is your place. In your place, you should understand that no one can displace you. You know, if you judge a fish by its inability, to climb a tree, the fish will feel is a failure for his entire life. But whenever you see someone who is on top of his game, that means that the person is a round peg on the round hole. So I want to encourage someone out there, watch this video and I'll get back to you.
Who are you? I have endured what no one on earth has endured before. I kiss the hands of the man who killed my son.
Priam? How did you get in here?
I know my own country better than the Greeks, I think.
You're a brave man. I could have your head on a spit in the blink of an eye.
You really think death frightens me now? I watched my eldest son die, watched you drag his body behind your chariot. Give him back to me. He deserves the honor of a proper burial, you know that. Give him to me.
He killed my cousin.
He thought it was you. How many cousins have you killed? How many sons and fathers and brothers and husbands? How many, brave Achilles? I knew your father. He died before his time. But he was lucky not to live long enough to see his son fall. You have taken everything from me. My eldest son, heir to my throne, defender of my kingdom. I cannot change what happened. It is the will of the gods. But give me this small mercy. I loved my boy from the moment he opened his eyes till the moment you closed them. Let me wash his body. Let me say the prayers. Let me place 2 coins on his eyes for the boatman.
If I let you walk out of here, if I let you take him, it doesn't change anything. You're still my enemy in the morning.
You're still my enemy tonight. But even enemies can show respect.
I admire your courage. Meet me outside in a moment.
Welcome back. As you can see in that film, Troy, Achilles did not know how Priam entered his camp. And entering his camp was so much amazing and unbelievable to Achilles. Now, Achilles killed the heir to the throne of the king of Troy, Hector. And it's so much, the man with courage navigates his way into Achilles' camp. Every Indian, every Chinese, every Lebanese are just like Achilles, invading our land, exploring and exploiting our local content. Now I want to let you know, Homecoming Conference is to show you the terrain of your land, because no one knows your land more than you. The same theme later, don't forget the princess of the goddess, which belongs to Troy, was in love with Achilles. And Achilles went to take her when the battle escalated. And Paris, the younger brother of Hector, he killed Achilles. So in the spirit of this, we need to understand there is no one who knows your terrain more than you. And definitely, as you see in that film, at the end, Achilles was demystified. Achilles was no more. Every Achilles that is in our land, there is a way to take them out, because we still have our country, because it is what the monkey likes that kills the monkey. It's what the ants likes, which is the sugar that kills the ants. So in the spirit of this, Nigeria is inexhaustible, because at the end of the day, Troy sank Achilles. Troy ended the life of Achilles. Every Achilles invading your land, I want to let you know, as you come to the Homecoming Conference 2024, you're going to see that actually no one knows the terrain of your land more than you. So see you at the Homecoming Conference 2024.